breaking it down to its simplest form, we begin by seeding the intestinal tract with favorable flora, and I'll expand on why we have to seed it. The second component is by applying a seed stock into an environment that is subject to a lot of competition. We need to provide them with a competitive advantage, and this involves feeding those organisms so that they can compete. And like any agriculture, if we apply seeds and fertilizer, we're going to be inundated with weeds. So the other aspect of control is to control those unwanted weeds. Seeding the intestinal flora is critical because flora is vertically transmitted. So the first intervention opportunity we have is to control parent flock flora. The second opportunity is to apply competitive exclusion, CE, or direct fed microbial products to seed down the correct flora. The third seeding of the intestinal tract occurs in the house when those birds are placed in the house. So in an American system where they're placed on deep litter, this is a very high challenge. In a European system where they're placed on a clean out, this is a low challenge situation. But the most important component is really to realize that normal flora is vertically transmitted. And it's not only vertically transmitted on the shell of the egg, it's vertically transmitted within the embryo. And it's been shown quite eloquently that the microflora are already starting to evolve in the embryo. So in order to prevent the unfavorable flora that are developed in the parent flocks because of the feeding systems that we have to implement, it's important to try and bypass that vertical transmission by seeding the gut with competitive exclusion or direct fed microbial products to ensure that the starting stock of the microbiota in that intestinal tract are going to develop through to the maturity that we want. Managing house flora is equally important because the dose rate is far higher than we apply with competitive exclusion and or direct fed microbials. In deep litter systems where we're placing birds on what I call 6 inches of competitive exclusion or microflora that's been generated from several grow-out cycles, these seeds need to develop against a great deal of competition. Interestingly, when we look at a clean-out situation, the fact that unfavorable microflora has been transmitted from the parents, we equally have to consider that by eliminating this competitive exclusion effect of litter in the house, we have to work very hard to mature that microflora.